Alright, hello and welcome to another replay, and I think this one is interesting because this one showcases a few things I've actually been thinking about really, which is the weakness of Dark Magician and the strength of BA. And the weakness of Dark Magician is they're similar-ish decks. They both recycle through the resources, they'll summon the same monsters over and over again, and they'll gain advantage from that. However, BA consistently just does this inherently on its own. Each monster kind of floats, they get to the main ones, they'll special them back, they just work off of Dante, and it's all this kind of awful but beautiful symphony of them specialing back and recycling and all this, and it just works extraordinarily well. Obviously, once they get a Link monster, it'll work well in real life again. But Dark Magician does a similar kind of thing. They recycle through the same monsters, they keep summoning them back out, they'll get rid of them for something else, they'll bring them back. But Dark Magician doesn't inherently do it through, like the effect of the monsters. It's support cards, it's Eternal Soul, it's navigation. But then they also have the factor of circle thrown in, which makes their kind of floating and recycling more powerful than BA, because then they can banish something. Every turn there's a banish. They keep doing that, and that's how they overcome you. They control, they don't tell you no, but they interrupt your plays. They banish here and there with, navigation and engrave, with these kind of control factors, whereas BA doesn't control, they just live. They never stop coming. But Dark Magician is more frail. They have more power plays, but if you could stop them, if you can get rid of the circle, if you can get rid of the Eternal Souls, they kind of stop. But BA doesn't have that. BA doesn't just inherently have a weakness that stops them immediately. And that is going to be evident in this duel here. So let's go ahead and roll it. So it's me down at the bottom starting off with Dark Magician. I open Circle into another Circle and an Eternal Soul. I could have Desires, but I didn't want to risk banishing all my Magicians. Then, even though I had one in hand, I'd like to have more. And I wasn't able to dig any out of deck, so we're going to let the Desires go through. I probably would have done some Eternal Soul shenanigans earlier here, like whenever he brought up his Dante, but it wasn't letting me do anything before he immediately went into the Beatrice, so he's going to go ahead and get the Beatrice here. So we'll ditch the Scarm and get the Beatrice, and then we'll try to go for the Eternal Soul. Now here comes problem number one with Dark Magician. He's getting rid of my Circle, which means I can special this Dark Magician, but it's not doing anything. It'll come out and then it's just there. Nothing happens from it. I'm not actually gaining any advantage from it. I'm just changing the position of some cards. Whereas he does something and he gains advantage of it. He has that Farfetch. He ditched the Farfetch now. He has the Torgot in hand. He has this, which is going to net him advantage whenever it leaves, whenever he sends something. Everything he's doing is floating, is gaining advantages in that. Whereas Dark Magician is only gaining advantage if you have the certain cards up. So we'll go ahead and we'll activate another Eternal Soul. We'll we'll activate another Circle, chain Eternal Soul to grab a, we could have grabbed a, what's it called? Illusion Magic, attributed this, got two more, special one of those, and banished the Beatrice. But we can actually grab the Dark Magic attack, blow out the back row, activate Desires, then grab one of those off of the Inheritance, and do that from there. So we'll go ahead and do that, although that means we can't special this turn off of Eternal Soul, but we can just set the Illusion Magic and get rid of the Beatrice on his turn. So we'll go ahead and do that with Desires into, I believe did we Desires into the Illusion Magic? No, we Desires into Navigation, yes, and the Magician of Dark Illusion. So again, he's going to go ahead, he's going to send the Galaxy Cyclone, he's going to get rid of our Circle. So that kind of our plan's done. Again, we can get some stuff out, but we're not actually gaining much advantage off it. He's going to go for Dante, he's going to mill. Even though he doesn't really think he'll Beatrice, he'll inside another Galaxy Cyclone, which next turn will out another one of our continuous spells and traps. He's taking great advantage of the susceptibilities of Dark Magician. Now, obviously, we're at a point, even if we did have a Circle, we couldn't target the Pimp Dante. Yes, he's called Pimp Dante. But so he's maintaining this advantage. He has he has the monsters on the field that are doing something. Even if they're not actually directly doing anything, we can't out them. We're just specialing back and we're just surviving. He's clearing our back row, and that's what's really killing us, is that he's getting rid of our back row. Obviously, again, we keep getting monsters out, ignore that misclick there, but we keep getting monsters out, but they're not doing anything. We're not netting advantage off them, we're just surviving, whereas BA, they're surviving, they're floating, they're netting this advantage. And I know I keep comparing them, which is a weird thing, people probably haven't compared Dark Magician to BA before, but it just really shows how good the inherent advantage of BA is compared to, advantage through combinations of cards. I'm really not excited to see BA come back into the meta. And again, obviously, this is pretty much how the rest of the duel is going to go. We only have 3 cards left in deck. We're basically just running out the clock here. And again, he clears another. That's the 4th. That's our 2nd Eternal Soul he's cleared. He's cleared 2 of our circles. It's just he got rid of our advantage cards, our power cards, and there's not much we can do about it. And again, we're just going to survive, but I'm not excited to see BA come back again with a Link Monster, because goddamn, they had 2 years, and it's one of the most aggravating decks out there. So again, we pretty much lost at this point. We're just surviving. We're just making him work for it. But BA, yeah. Ugh. Let it die already. Dante let his Lady Beatrice take the fall for him, and he's still at 3. It's annoying, isn't it? But they can make it Downard, and Downard's spicy, so, all's forgiven. I'm pretty much just rambling at this point, because, again, I've made all the points I wanted to. I've talked about everything. This is just a long, grindy duel of 2 decks that can grind, but 1 deck that just grinds better. Now here, he's going off. He's shuffling shit back. He's doing this and that, even though he doesn't have to. He just has to pass, and we're going to lose, and he's going to go ahead. He's going to swing for damage. I'm not going to bother bringing anything back. I'm just going to, take my turn and accept my fate there. But again, this was just an interesting one that I wanted to show off because it kind of shows the strengths of one deck and exposes weaknesses of another at the same time. And I think it created a very interesting point of discussion. If you'd like to join that discussion, leave some comments down below. I should be getting back to comments soon. I do it in batches because I just don't... Oh god, I don't have time. That's why I'm doing a replay right now instead of anything else. I just do not have time for anything right now. But... if you're looking for another place to discuss some Yu-Gi-Oh, just hang out, have some duels, and talk about just other stuff in general, you can check out my Discord. There's a link to that down in the description. It's a great place. There's, there's like 50 people on there, and we have like, 10 or so regulars. We're on there, we're chatting, we're doing duel, we're talking Yu-Gi-Oh, talking anime, other things. It's just an overall pretty cool place to hang out if you'd like to check that out. Also, if you appreciate the time and effort I put into this, in addition to, all the other things I have going on in my life and would like to help out, I do have a link to my Patreon down in the description, and even just giving $1 a month would be greatly appreciated. It shows me that you guys like what I do and that I can keep doing it, and that one day maybe I could make it my job. But again, there's no pressure to support me. No content or anything will be gated off, but if you have some extra to give, it would be greatly appreciated. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.